You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're not failing because you lack discipline. You're failing because you've been running the wrong software on the right hardware, and nobody told you the update was killing you slowly. Every productivity system you've ever tried worked. That's the terrifying part. It worked for about 3 weeks. Then something collapsed inside you. Not motivation, not willpower, something deeper, something structural, and you blamed yourself. You opened a new app, bought a new journal, reset your morning routine, and you did it all over again. That cycle has a name, and the people profiting from it don't want you to learn it. What I'm about to show you isn't another system. It's the thing you do instead of systems. It's the method that looks like failure from the outside and produces results that make people ask what you're on. Stay with me, because if you leave now, you'll be back at your desk at midnight wondering why nothing works. Here's the rehook, the thing that reframes everything. Productivity culture was never designed to make you successful. It was designed to make you feel like you're moving, so you never stop to ask where you're going. There's a difference between motion and progress. Motion is sending emails, filling calendars, optimizing your morning. Progress is the one thing that actually moves the needle, the hard, uncomfortable, creative act you've been putting off for months because your schedule is too full to fit it in. You are the most scheduled, the most app-managed, the most optimized generation in human history. You are also the most anxious, the most burned out, the most creatively starved. That is not a coincidence. The machine told you to do more. You did more, and now you're here, watching a video at some ungodly hour, secretly wondering if you're the problem. You're not the problem. You are the product. If this already sounds different from what you've heard before, hit like. We're just getting started, and it gets darker from here. Let me tell you what's happening inside your skull. Your brain has 2 operating modes. There's the task-positive network, the part that fires when you're working, executing, checking things off. And then there's the default mode network, the part that activates when you stop. Neuroscientists used to think the default mode network was the brain idling, wasted energy, background noise. They were wrong. The default mode network is where you consolidate memory, where you synthesize information, where you generate original thought, where insight lives. It is, in the most literal biological sense, your creative genius. And it only comes online when you are doing absolutely nothing productive. Every time you fill a silence with your phone, every time you schedule back-to-back meetings, every time you treat rest as something you have to earn, you are surgically removing your own ability to think clearly. And I'll tell you exactly what the anti-method is. But first, you need to understand why your brain is actively working against you every time you try to be more productive. Dopamine, not the reward chemical, the seeking chemical. Every notification, every completed task, every green check mark in your productivity app, it releases a small hit of dopamine. Not satisfaction, anticipation. The feeling of almost having it. You weren't addicted to being productive. You were addicted to the feeling that you were about to become who you wanted to be. And that feeling is designed, neurologically, chemically, economically, to never resolve. The to-do list was never meant to be completed. That's the architecture. An empty inbox is not the goal. The goal is to keep you reaching. And while you were reaching, you were depleting. Cognitive load accumulates like sediment. decision fatigue is real. The more micro choices you make, what to do next, which task is priority, is this urgent or important, the worse every subsequent decision becomes. By 3 p.m., you are running on a fraction of your actual cognitive capacity. But your calendar doesn't know that. Your calendar just sees an empty slot. Here's the part where I tell you about Charles Darwin. Darwin produced some of the most world-altering intellectual work in recorded history. He also worked a maximum of 4.5 hours per day. Not because he was lazy, not because he had staff, because he understood, intuitively, before the neuroscience existed to explain it, that the mind is not a muscle you push to exhaustion. It's an organ, like a liver. It has a metabolic limit. Exceed it, and it doesn't break. It just produces garbage quietly and lets you believe it's genius. Darwin's schedule was brutal in its simplicity. Morning work, midday walk, afternoon correspondence, evening rest. No hustle, no optimization, no productivity hack. He discovered natural selection in the gaps. Hemingway stopped writing every day at the exact moment he knew what came next. Not when he ran dry, but when he still had fuel. He called it leaving water in the well. He understood that the act of stopping at the right moment was the act of creation. The incomplete sentence was the hook that pulled him back. These men were not disciplined. They were strategic about their incompletion. If nobody in your life talks to you like this, subscribe. This channel exists for exactly one reason: to say the thing everyone else is afraid to say. Now we get to the method. It doesn't have a clean name. It's not a brand. It won't fit on a poster. I call it selective negligence. And it works like this. You choose, in advance and with cold precision, the things you will do badly. Not the things you won't do, the things you will intentionally underinvest in. Because here's the physics of attention. It's a closed system. Every unit of focus you give to something that doesn't matter is a unit taken from something that does. Your inbox is not your life's work. Your Slack messages are not your legacy. The meeting that could have been an email, you already knew it could have been an email, but you went. Because declining felt like failure. Because the machine told you that being available was the same as being valuable. It is not. There's a specific kind of exhaustion that doesn't feel like tiredness. It feels like fog, like you're moving through water. Like the thing you used to love, the project, the craft, the work that actually matters, has become gray and flat and indistinguishable from everything else on your task list. That's not burnout. That's cognitive resource depletion. And the cruel irony is that resting doesn't fix it. Not the kind of rest you've been taught. Scrolling is not rest. Netflix is not rest. Sleep, when your nervous system is still vibrating from 14 hours of reactive work, is barely rest. What actually repairs the brain is unstructured time. Time with no purpose, no output, no optimization. Time that from the outside looks like you're doing nothing because you are doing nothing. And your default mode network is quietly doing everything. The most productive thing you can schedule is a block of time you refuse to fill. Drop in the comments right now. Are you a do more person or a do less better person? Be honest. I read every single one, and your answer might end up in the next video. Let me give you the 3 laws. Not tips, not suggestions, laws. Cold, structural, non-negotiable. Law 1. The work ends before you're empty. Not when you're done, Not when the timer goes off, when you still have something left. You stop while you're still capable, not after you've scraped the bottom. This preserves the system. This is the only sustainable pace. Law 2. One thing is sacred. Not important, sacred. Every other task on your list is potentially negotiable, deletable, delegatable. One is not. And your entire day is designed, ruthlessly, with zero apology, to protect that one thing from the entropy of everything else. If you can't name your sacred task right now, you don't have a productivity problem. You have a clarity problem. Law 3. Incompletion is a tool. You will deliberately leave things unfinished, not from laziness, but as a mechanism. An unfinished thought creates a tension loop in your brain. It hums in the background. It solves itself while you sleep, while you walk, while you exist. The Zeigarnik effect. Your brain obsessively processes incomplete tasks. Stop fighting it. Weaponize it. Here's the final twist, the thing I want you to sit with. You have been measuring your worth in output. Widgets produced, words written, meetings attended, tasks completed. And somewhere along the way, maybe gradually, maybe all at once, you stopped being a person and became a function. The anti-productivity method isn't about doing less because you deserve a break. It's about doing less because more was always a lie told to people who produce value for others. The most dangerous thing you can do in a system built on your depletion is stop. Rest. Think. Let the machine run without you for a moment and ask, for the first time with real clarity, what am I actually building? Not what are you producing, what are you building for yourself with your one and irreplaceable cognitive resource, which is burning down right now, today, at the rate of approximately 1 unrecoverable hour per day spent on things that don't matter. The anti-method is the refusal. The refusal to be motion without direction, noise without signal, busy without meaning. You already know what your sacred work is. You've known for years. You've just been too scheduled to do it. Watch the next video right now, because what I'm about to show you is the second half of this method. Without it, everything I just told you falls apart. The link is on screen. Don't go back to your to-do list. Not yet.